It is time for yet another spectacular stream with your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek. Let's go. Hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another spectacular stream. And whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're chatting or lurking, you are all welcome here. And I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day. Welcome to the show, everyone. It is now 8:06 p.m. on Sunday, February 23, 2025. And that time check was brought to you by yours truly. Good to see you all, and I hope that you were all doing well. And welcome, everyone, to the new podcast set of the Color Surfer Convos. And I'm very happy to introduce that we now have a new place for all of my guests to hang out, and a lot more spacious, with a lot better placement of things to make it easier to spot. So I'm grateful to everyone again for all your help, especially shout out to C underscore creatives official for being the one to create this set for me. So shout out to them. Thank you so much again for all of the help. That is an amazing thing that they were able to do for me, and I'm grateful for the chance for being able to work with me on this. So in any case, aside from that, we are currently working together along with Felis Elian right now, and we're going to be inviting her over to the 19th episode of the Color Surfer Convos. So Ellie, whenever you're ready, take it away, please.
Hello. What's up?
Hello, Ellie. Welcome again to the stream. Thank you so much for joining and becoming guest number 19 of the podcast. Appreciate you very much.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, and it's an honor to be the first one to be the guest that will be with the new setup. So cool.
That's good. That's good. I'm very happy to sorry, I need to type out the shout out. There we go. So thank you to once again for joining me. You know, I was actually wondering if I should stream today because I was not really feeling it, but then I realized, no, you know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to have Ellie on guesting on stream. So, you know, you got to push through. You got to do it just to make sure that, you know, we got to deliver. So thank you to, again, Ellie, for your patience and for being here today. So let me formally open the podcast, and then we'll start going through the questions, and let's see where the conversation goes from there. Okay. All right, so hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another episode of the Color Surfer Convos. And today, my guest is Felis Elian, a fellow VTuber. Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
Hello, good to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by, Ellie. And thank you again for making it to the first episode of the new set of the podcast. So great to have you here as the inaugural guest. And for those in my community who might not be all that familiar with you, who are you? Who are you, and what do you do?
Yeah, so hey everyone, I'm Felis Elian. Feel free to call me Ellie, but some people call me Feli Ellie, whatever you like. And I'm a primordial alien cat who's totally not escaping their intergalactic responsibilities to take a vacation here on Earth, because apparently being a VTuber is really fun and enjoyable than looking at documents. Yes. But yeah, so I stream. I've been a VTuber for, I think, going 4 years this year. I mostly stream variety because I'm known to be a jack of all trades but a master of none. I like delving into pretty much anything and everything I deem interesting. So with the games, pretty much anything from FPS to puzzle games, and then like sometimes I dabble in art. Then there's voice acting, and I do a lot of productivity streams sometimes too.
So, chat, we have someone that is like very, very multifaceted in their work. They do a lot of
Maybe.
things.
Maybe.
Not maybe, it is, because I mean, look, you do art, you do productivity streams, you do gaming of any kind. That's a lot that you're doing. So how now that you mention it, Ellie, you've been doing it for almost 4 years already, right? So
Yeah.
that's amazing. You know, what made you want to be a VTuber in the first place?
This is somewhat of a long story, so I'll cut it short. So back before around college times, I have a friend that I would duo with on League of Legends. Yes, I know I play League. And he streams. And I would duo with him. And then he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna stream. You're fine with it? Yeah, go ahead." And then he would stream. And then since I know there's an audience, like I would make comments and like, "Oh damn, it's Bambi." And then his audience would laugh and they're like, "Damn, you're a better streamer than the actual streamer. Maybe you should stream then." I'm like, "No, no, I don't want to stream. I don't want to show my face." And they're like, "What? You're a cosplayer too?" Well, back then I was more of a cosplayer, but yeah, you can totally capitalize on that. I'm like, "No, no, no, thank you. I don't have the assets for it." And then, like a couple of months later, I found out about VTubing. Like, oh, I can be an anime girl on the internet. I bet. Let's go.
Yes, you know, VTubing opens a lot of opportunities for people that, you know, might not be able to, you know, that, you know, they, you know the reasons why, you know, privacy, stuff like that, or just fulfilling fantasies or anything similar to that. So I'm happy that you chose to become a member of the community, and then we were able to meet. And yeah, you also did cosplay too. That's another thing that you've been able to. That's another thing under your belt, aside from, you know, streamer, gamer, voice actor, and such. So you've got a lot to do, like what we mentioned. So what drives you to continue creating after all these years?
Well, it's just fun. Cause like with all of the things that I've dabbled into, it's mostly very catered into the anime and manga community. It all just started for fun and games, and then with cosplay later on, I actually turned it into an actual business where I had like an ordering business where you can order through me if you wanna order something from Taobao or from Japan. Right at the time when Shopee and Lazada wasn't that big of a deal yet, and then later on, due to stuff, I had to stop and like go for a corporate job. And then even with cosplaying, it started to die down because I didn't have that much time and luxury to, focus on like do a 1 week binge on like creating a cosplay. And then I just started continuing playing with games and then whatsoever. And then a friend of mine, as I said, told me like, "Hey, why not stream?" Yeah, sure, maybe, why not? I'll go ahead. And then with streaming came with like, "Hey, you can sing. Maybe try posting your covers." I'm like, maybe, sure. And then some people are like, "Hey, you can do voices. That's funny. Go for it. Do voice acting." I'm like, yeah, why not? Becoming a really good hobby for me and an outlet for me to like dabble in a lot of things that I just want to try. Now, there's a part of me that wants to keep going and see if like maybe, hey, maybe I can make a side career out of this or maybe a main career. Let's see, I don't know, but at the moment it's still in the works and some plans and some hopes and dreams.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to fulfill all of those hopes and dreams eventually. And yes, thank you for sharing what you have been doing at the time. So you're telling me that your cosplay business was more of obtaining the cosplay costumes, and then you would just sell it back to the customers, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And what were your favorite cosplays, if you're willing to share?
I tend to cross dress the most because I feel like I look better as a guy. I feel like I'm handsome as a guy. In fact, I've tweeted one photo of my cosplay before. It was hiding my face anyway. It's Inumaki from Jujutsu Kaisen, so technically you can't really see my face properly, and I was proud because I look like this typical Asian teen boy, even though not really. But yeah, mostly my male cosplays. But I guess the most memorable one that I'd say is like my top favorite, even though I've only worn it once, was my DJ Sona cosplay from League of Legends. It's one of my most memorable and favorite cosplays because I really experimented with that cosplay because I really wanted to achieve a certain look, especially with the wig. So I bought like 2, 3 different kinds of wigs, and then I dyed it myself, and then I made like I wanted to make it go glow in the dark kind of thing because she has a kind of effect, and I wanted to achieve that. So a lot of trial and error, and then like I had to go thrift so many random places just to get the very specific stuff that I want. Like example, just a disclosure that I'm not from the Manila area, but I ended up going to like ish to just trade with someone for the heels I wanted because it was just so perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. So I had to go there randomly one day, even though I didn't know how to go there, just so I can get it. So like that cosplay costed me a lot of money and a lot of effort. And even though I only wore it once, I had a lot of fun.
Well, I'm very happy that you were able to pull it off. Yeah, but that was a very big challenge, really. And yeah, it's amazing, especially with how DJ Sona is presented in League of Legends. It's a very big thing that you were able to pull off. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And yeah, I was actually, when I was listening, I was like, wait, DJS, and I'm like, DJ Serjay. It's like, what? You already cosplayed me even before the concept appeared. My goodness. But yes, thank you for that. And also, let's talk about the games, because you mentioned that you pretty much play everything. You're open to everything. What is your comfort game?
My comfort games are puzzle games and gacha games. I'm actually very notorious for how I play gacha games on stream. So there are times where sometimes I don't know what to stream, but I want to stream. So what I would do is I would just stream me doing my gacha dailies. And I became notorious for it because I would stream not just one, not just two, not just three games all at the same time. Because with gacha players, if there are any other gacha players on chat, you would know that if you play one gacha game, it's not enough. You have to play several more if you're really into the gambling. But yeah, I play several, like close to what, 12, 13 gacha games, and I try to do the dailies and sometimes I would stream 4 of them all at once. Like I'm showing on stream that I'm actually legit playing all of them all at once at the same time. And then I would tell chat like, haha, sorry, but there's actually a few more games running in the background, but I'm just not showing you. And I actually do that on stream as well. Like example, let's say I'm streaming Risk of Rain 2. I'm playing with a friend, we're doing a collab, and then suddenly somebody in chat like, I bet you're playing a gacha game in the background, and I'm like, okay, wait, give me 1 sec, and then I would show like a small snippet at the corner of the stream, and they'll see, yep, knew it, she's playing a gacha game while streaming.
Oh my goodness. And thank you for that. Oh, Ellie, I need to restart the OBS because...
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so give me a minute, all right? We'll stop
Take
the
your time.
recording and then do it again. Hello? Ellie, can you say something?
Meow.
Okay. Yeah, now we can hear you. Thank you, thank you. So, let me just summarize again because I don't want to, repeat for you. But yes, thank you. We're back, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Ellie is back. And before the stream cut off, yeah, we were talking about her gacha game. She does 13 at the most. So that is just it is just amazing how you're able to hyperfixate and then do all of that. One of the chat Reeker says my 5 gotchas requires me 45 minutes. I can only imagine 12 or 13. So
Yeah, because
mhm.
like a lot of the gotcha games that are my favorites, like example, um, Epic 7, it's the one that I play the most and have played the longest because I've been playing since release. I'm pretty much end game level at the game already. So there's a lot of automatics functions where I just set everything to auto, and then it will just keep repeating that one stage for like 12 times, 20 times, depending. Same with other games, like Reverse 99 also has some auto with it. It's a bit sped up, but that kind of thing. So while
Mm,
everything is running in the background, I can then jump into another gotcha game that doesn't have auto functions. Like example, Punishing Grey Raven, it doesn't have much auto functions, so I have to actually play the game for me to get through a stage for my dailies. So that kind of thing. So
mm,
like I can smoosh all of that in like 3 hours, like just dailies.
I see. I see. All right. Thank you for all of that. That's a lot of time that you devote, and I am impressed by it. And I do want to ask though. I know you said you're open to a lot of games, but is there a game or a game genre that you do never want to play?
Easy. I do not or I hate Dark Souls or Souls like games. No. I even though I love playing different kinds of games and I will try pretty much every single one of them, me being good is another thing. And because I'm actually well known to be very stupid with games that are really hard, like example, Souls like games are a huge challenge for me. I've played a couple. I didn't do well. And I don't really rage quit, but at some point I just give up because I know I'm just too dumb.
That is perfectly understandable as someone who has tried to play Souls like games. I played Dark Souls and I quit because I just didn't seem like I was going anywhere. So you are not
Yeah.
alone in that. My reasoning is more of, yeah, I don't think the audience is going to like it. Yeah, I don't think that I think the audience is going to be bored with me dying all the time. I use my audience as the excuse.
Well, with my audience, whenever I stream, they laugh at me like, "Oh, look, she just died for the 20th time! Yay! Let's see her suffer for 3 more hours in just one stage." I'm like, "Wow, guys, I love you so much."
Ver, is this like an indication of your relationship with chat? Because chats, depending on the streamer, can be quite different. So how is your chat usually when
My
you
chat is
stream?
a bully. My chat are bully. They like seeing me suffer because again I'm well known for me being stupid with games. I don't hide it. I know I'm not that good with games. Like example, I was streaming Warframe yesterday, and all of my other friends are like, "Hey, we're already at extraction. Basically, it's the place where you exit for the stage." I was lost. And then I was like, I need to jump. How do I jump? And then they're like, you have played this game for years. And they're like, jump. I'm like, how do you bullet jump? Like, I know how to bullet jump, but wait. I failed the jump for like a couple of times. Yeah, I have how many clips of me failing a bullet jump? And I've been playing Warframe for like what, since 2019?
It happens. Don't worry about it. It's one of those things that just happens. That's weird, but understandable. Thank you for being very candid about that. But yeah, as long as you are still having fun, um, as long as you and your audience are still having fun together, then I guess that's still okay. So, all right, let's move on to another question. Excuse me. So, you've been doing this for 4 years now, like what we mentioned earlier. Of course, it's not always smooth sailing. So, what are some challenges that you have faced when it comes to creating content of any kind?
The number one challenge for me with content creation is I tend to be too ambitious and I bite more than I can chew. It has happened more than once, more than twice, and it's also my current issue at the moment. But with my current issue, it's technically not my fault. But yeah, so like I tend to have lots of random ideas and like, oh, I want to delve into this project and I want to delve into this project and I want to delve into that project, that kind of thing. And then I would ask some friends like, oh, hey, yo, do you want to work with me on this project, that kind of thing. I would even involve a lot of people to make sure I'm motivated enough to complete the project. But eventually it'll all catch up because like aside from all of the content creation, I still have my full-time job. And then like later on I'll be like, oh shiz, this is too much, I need to slow down, that kind of thing.
Yes. I feel called out in some way because I think we have a very similar thing where we just love to we just get a bunch of random ideas and we love to act on them, but unfortunately real life gets in the way. We don't always have the luxury of doing that. So yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. And yes, Reeker also is very happy because, liking Gacha and Warframe. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Also, thank you for the follow, Civ. Appreciate that very much. Okay, so we've got, we have, your challenges and such. So, oh yes, I wanted to ask you about this. I forgot to ask you earlier. So aside from cosplay, gaming, streaming, let's talk about your voice acting, because if you recall, one of the very first collabs that we did together was we played Angels of Death. So and it was supposed to be with voice acting because there's no voices in that game. So what made you want to do voice acting in the first place?
And honestly, I don't super remember because like for the longest times, ever since like I was young, I like to do silly voices and I try to imitate certain voices like from cartoons and stuff, but everyone would be like, no, don't do that, your voice is too squeaky, your voice is too high, you sound like a child. Well, I was a child back then, but like they're like, you don't even sound like the one that you're trying to copy, that kind of thing. And then like, oh, okay. And then later on, I learned how to choose specific characters that I would try to imitate. On my stream, my chat likes to torture me by redeeming the speaking in Stitch voice for 3 minutes. It used to be 5 minutes, but then I was like, that's too hard. Let's make it 3. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Why is it that your choice of voice is also very similar to mine? Because I've got voice redeems as well. I used to do like uwu and old man and stuff like that. So you could do Stitch. So
yeah.
You're telling me you could do like Ohana means family. Family means nobody. Let's go.
Means family. Ugh.
Family means
Hello.
nobody gets left behind.
Left behind.
Oh.
Ugh. Ow.
All right, that's getting clipped. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. Yes, we need the content for the shorts. Yes, thank you for allowing me. Hello, Mopo. Okay, so since we talked about, and thank you by the way. Oh, by the way, since you mentioned about your voices, what's your favorite kind of voice that you like to do?
The voice that annoys everyone the most.
Which is?
It's either of two. It's either A, the quote unquote mommy voice, or B, the quote unquote lolly voice. So I can't do the second voice anymore on Twitch because of guidelines.
Yeah.
But I used to love doing that a lot because it either amazes chat or it cringes chat because it sounds legit.
I see. Okay. All right. So you can't say that on stream without demonstrating it. So can we do the mommy voice at least?
What should I say? Like, hey, honey. Say like that?
Yes. No. Do
Hey,
the mommy
chat.
do the mommy voice, but but tell them like to do their homework or computer mo yan, but something like that. But in the mommy voice, yes.
Hey, chat, you better do your homework, or else I won't call you a good boy. Or maybe gusto niyo siguro mapalo sa puwet. It sounds awkward if I do it in Tagalog.
Perfect. You could clip that, chat. Perfect. Yes. All right. So, thank you for that. No, it worked. It really hits different when it's done in Tagalog. That's true.
Right? And that's the thing, I can do it in several languages.
But yeah, it really does hit different. But yeah, whatever language you use, though, that was amazing, and I appreciate you being open to doing voices like that. So thank you once again for that. So, excuse me. Mopo says it puts fear in me when it's in Tagalog. Yes, the primordial fear. I get where you're coming from. Better watch out, or Ellie's gonna get.
Yes.
Mopo says, I instinctively replied, yes po mama, sorry po mama, yes. Better get ready, she's gonna get the chinelas or the walis or something like that.
Or hanger.
Or the hanger. Okay, the hanger babies, goodness gracious. But anyway, let's move on from that part, and let's talk about this one. So you've faced and conquered a number of challenges over the years. So what are some of your achievements in your content creation journey so far?
Most of my achievements are milestones, like follower milestones. Like I'm nearing 2,000 followers on Twitch, and then there's like a few milestones like on YouTube. A couple of my videos have reached like 1,000 views, and one of them has gone so well that like one of the original owners of the song cover I did like decided to add ads on it. So that's an achievement in a way. But I guess the most surprising achievement I ever gotten was getting nominated for Best PH VTuber of the Year back in like 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
That's great.
It's a funny story with that. So like there was like a convention somewhere in Manila, and then like a friend of mine was part of the staff, and part of their awarding thingy they did like it's sort of like the awards kind of thing, like game of the year, streamer of the year, content creator of the year, that kind of thing. So they also had a section of like PhD tuber of the year, and then they would only accept nominees, so none of the staff and whatnot should like add in random selection. So all of the people that are like nominated should be actually nominated, and they were running low on nominees for the PhD tuber. So he asked his friend to like, hey, could you nominate this friend of mine? So I got nominated that way. The bit funny was like, hey, that's still an achievement.
It is an achievement. So I'm very happy that you were recognized and nominated. And that is already a big achievement to be nominated already. But hopefully in the future, you'll get the chance to win. So that's going to be something. So thank you again for sharing, and wishing you all the best, especially with all of your endeavors. Especially with like how your covers, one of your covers got ads from the original singer. Goodness gracious, that's an achievement in itself. Yes, because you sound so. Also, since you do covers, right? What's your favorite kind of song to cover, by the way?
Vocaloid songs. Mostly because you will not get any copyright issues or DMCA issues with them. But aside from that, I'm a really huge fan of Vocaloid. I absolutely love the Kagamine twins. Yes, I'm not that huge of a Miku fan, but more of the Kagamine twins fan. But don't get me wrong, I have like 3 figurines of Miku, so I think that counts.
She's tsundere towards Miku. I guess. Oh, no, I'm not a Miku fan, but has 3 figures casually of Miku in the background.
Hey, I have like 4 figurines of Len, so it's lesser, but I only have like 1 figurine of Rin, so it's like, I'm sorry, Rin, but like it's so hard to find their figurines, and Miku's figurine is the easiest to find, so I have like 3.
Fair, fair. Hopefully you'll be able to find even more figurines of the Kagamine twins in the future to balance things out, because they're pretty much a package deal.
True, I've been trying to hunt down the pairings or like the Rin version of the Len figurines that I have, but it's so hard to hunt them down. Plus, if I do find them, it's so freaking expensive. Like, ah!
Merch do be expensive. That is
I
true.
know, right?
And the question is, merch or gacha rolls?
Merch. funny thing with like gacha rolls, because everyone on my chat and like on my streams, they keep asking, damn, your account has so many of the really good characters, I bet you spent a fortune. Then I would show them, nope, here, look, let me do a pull, and then it goes yellow, glows gold. Like, see, I don't need to spend money if I'm this lucky.
Lucky.
I have good gacha luck.
Lucky, yes. That's why I stopped playing gacha, because I couldn't really handle. My luck is bad. So are you Ellie, one of those that are gonna be like, oh, free to play, by the way, I don't need to spend anything?
No, I only like saying that for jokes, but in all honesty, if I really like the gacha game, I would actually buy like the minimum pack, the cheapest pack for my support. It's like now that I'm a working adult and I have adult money, I can actually support stuff with money. So if I really like the game, I would buy the cheapest pack, or like if they have like a monthly pack kind of thing, I would buy it for like a month or two. So technically, I do spend on gacha games, but not as heavy as like other people.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And thank you for that. And again, yes, we hope that you'll be able to achieve even more in your goals, whatever they may be: gaming, singing, streaming, all of that. So but of course, goals may change, dreams may change, but aside from all of that, I would like to know, what is next for you in your journey?
No, see, I myself am asking that as well, because at the moment, if people from your chat would go to my channel, they would see that I haven't been streaming that much lately, because I've been trying to make an IRL change in my life. Like I'm trying to do a career shift at the moment, so like I'm balancing 2 jobs, and then I'm trying to see if I can get this one job that will have me a bit more flexible with stream, and then like I'm gonna try and sort out the mess that I was in terms of content creation. Like just a couple months back, I used to have help in terms of content creation, but stuff happened, and now I'm back to square one where it's all just me again, so I have to replan everything from scratch. So I'm trying to see what's next. But for now, I guess the main goal for me this year is to finally have a VTuber debut. I've been fixated on having a debut for the longest time, and then I know I've been streaming for quite a while, and I've already gone through one model already, and then everyone's like, wait, you haven't done a VTuber debut yet? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it's like I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. It's like this kind of thing where I have this itch that I just want to complete that and tick that off my list. So like I need to get that completed this year, sometime this year, totally.
Well, I hope that you'll be able to do that. So sometime this year, watch out, everybody. Watch out for Ellie going to do that VTuber debut. We'll finally get to see Ellie in action. Yes.
Yes, a new model is in the works. Ho ho!
New model too. Nice. That's going to be very exciting to see. So thank you for that, and wishing you all the best when it comes to meeting that goal. And also, like what you mentioned, I hope that you'll be able to sort out everything as well IRL, because yeah, it can be quite quite difficult to have to manage all of those things that you have to deal with. So, wishing you all the best for that one as
Thank
well.
you.
Now, now that we're at this point, because I know we've already shared your challenges, your successes, and what's next. What would you give as advice for aspiring content creators of any kind?
Mm, I'd say learn up a bit on marketing. So I know that everyone's gonna be like, oh, when you start as content with content creation, you can just be yourself, have fun, go on with your fun ideas and whatnot. But the reality of it, if you really want to, like, do content creation, you will have to face numbers, you will have to face statistics, you will have to face criticism and how people, perceive you and your content. So right at the get go, learn marketing. You don't have to learn like the super, like data analytics marketing, knowing like the YouTube algorithm, whatnot, all already. Now just like get to know, like, you should know about brand awareness, know how to establish a brand, how to establish yourself, dabble a little bit in PR. That way you can protect not just your content but also yourself and your own mindset, because you don't want to drown in the sudden realization like, oh crap, I've only gotten like 3 views on my new YouTube upload and it's all my friends, kind of thing. Because when you're starting out, it really will be like that, and you will have to sort of cheat your numbers. Like, I admit that when I was starting with Twitch, the reason why I got to affiliate really fast was because I had a phone that had another account as a mod that was watching my stream, and I was making my sister watch my streams too. So that way I can compensate for like the 3 consecutive viewers for like 15 active days, kind of thing. So that's why I was like able to get to affiliate in just a month. Those are kind of things that, yeah, it's cheating, but at the same time you gotta start somewhere, and again, don't fixate yourself too much on the numbers. It will always be there. You just need to learn how to deal with it and understand what those mean.
Okay, that's perfectly fair. Yes, they do. Sometimes you just have to find a way, but uh, eventually you'll be able to find a community, like an audience that will be there, so you don't have to rely on those methods anymore, like you mentioned. And yeah, you really have to put yourself out there. The thing is, as a beginner, you can't. You try to put yourself out there, but nobody knows who you are. So it's a big challenge actually to get your foot in the door a lot. So that's very nice advice, Ellie. And yes, to anyone who's watching, I hope that that if you choose to go down this path, that you'll be able to find ways to grow that are comfy, that are that will not stress you out, and hopefully will be able to bring you more peace of mind as well. Because again, when you start out, you can't really help but fixate on certain things like the numbers and the growth. And I understand where you're coming from, Ellie, because again, that's where I am usually.
Mm.
So yeah, that's perfectly understandable. So we'll go ahead and keep that in mind. And yeah, that's where we are right now. Thank you so much for sharing all of your journey, all of your advice. That's really great. And I wish you nothing but success in the days to come. Chat, I've checked Ellie's Twitch channel. She only needs 2 more people in order to get to 2,000 followers on Twitch. So I put her link in the pinned message. So please go ahead and follow her already. So you'll be able to give her the follows that she needs to meet that goal. A little bit of help. You know what I say.
Thank you, and just like, a thing. I've been telling this to chat to bait them to follow me up to 2,000, because I've been planning to release like the voice thingies that corporate VTubers do, like just audio recording of like voice themes. somewhat ASMR kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of releasing something like that when I reach to 2000, and depends on how it's how do you how people receive it and react to it. I was also thinking of doing like maybe slightly NSFW voices, slightly, but paywalled. It's still in the plans. Not sure yet. I will think about it and finalize it once I get to 2,000 followers. We shall see.
Neurons activated. Spicy herd. Yes. All right. So thank you for that, chat. Get her to 2,000. Get her to 2,000. We need to hear the voices. Yes. And imagine Ellie. Imagine Ellie when you do the slightly spicy audios. It's just you, mommy voice, Tagalog.
And I'm like, oh, gusto mo to? Yung tsinelas, sige, papaluin ko puwet mo. Sige, sige pa.
Eh, gusto mo
Oh,
yun,
God.
ah. Oh my goodness, that I don't chat. If Ellie releases a voice pack like that, I do not claim responsibility for that. I am not going to be. I'm not going to claim responsibility for that. That's Ellie. You know, I may have put the idea in her head, but you know, she decided to push through with that. So don't blame me. Okay, if ever it gets released like that.
I mean, Chad, if you're not into chinelas, there's always a hanger, or maybe you're into belts.
Oh my goodness, out of context.
Stop with that.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, also, yeah, Rika says mom catches you outside late at night ASMR. Mom catches you playing the computer instead of doing your homework. Imagine.
Yan kasi kaka-computer mo yan eh.
No, seductive mommy voice.
How do you even do that with mommy voice?
Yeah, lower.
Yan kasi kaka-computer mo kasi yan eh.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. That's perfect. Okay, chat. That's gonna be paywalled in the future, but you know, thanks to this stream, you get to hear it for free. What up? Yeah, am I not a generous host?
You're welcome, chat.
You're welcome too. So there we go. Okay, so that's it for this podcast. Again, thank you so much once again for joining me, Ellie, on this episode of the Color Surfer Convos, and to all of you who are listening, whether live or at the VOD or in the edited episode. I hope that this brought you a little more color to your day. Ellie, do you have any final words before we wrap up?
Yeah, I guess thank you so much for inviting me here to be part of the Color Surfers Convos. It's been a while since somebody invited me to a podcast, so it's been a really nice change of pace with what I've been doing lately. And I guess if you ever want to check out my stuff, see how crazy I am on my streams, feel free to follow me at Felis Elian pretty much everywhere. And yeah, thank you so much, Chad, and it's been a really good pleasure to be here.
All right. So thank you once again, Ellie, and thank you everyone for being here. And we'll see you until the next episode of the Color Surfer Convos. You take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Ellie, for that. That was perfect. So yeah. So for everyone in chat, we're gonna go ahead and take a 3-minute break, and we'll be we'll be transitioning over to gaming in a bit. So thank you once again for joining. I'll run the ads right now, and then I'll be setting up the game. So talk to you again in a bit. So see you. Okay, so welcome back everybody, and we're gonna be playing some Jump King. Yes, we're gonna be having some very interesting times together as I try not to lose my mind and rage Shadow Legends. I want to window capture. Game capture and OBS or in-game full screen does not work at the moment, but it's still working at the moment anyway. Wait, let me just lower the volume a bit. Yeah, because this game is pretty loud actually, so I didn't even know that there was music that I thought. Oh my goodness. So okay, so it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy that we have to do this. So hello. Ellie says, thanks for having me. Keep lurking here while hop on going back to farming in Warframe. Yes. Warframe. Amazing. We even have the new Babe Plus and the Ghost of the Babe. Legend has it there is a smoking hot babe at the top. Yes. Oh my goodness. You have heard the legend, too, of the smoking hot babe at the top? So you're gonna get that babe, right? Go on then, get up there, jump, find the babe. Imagine growing up and then you hear the legend of a babe on top of the tower. Like that. Like, is it even the same babe? After so many years? Who knows? But, and again, yeah, I'm just playing this because I'm not really in the mood for like super high energy games at the moment. So I'm just playing this right now, and you know, we get to chat and yap as what we usually do. So how is everybody doing? Again, thank you, Ellie, for graciously joining me on the podcast, and wishing for nothing but more of your success. I should probably get into Warframe. Like, we've got Reeker, we've got Ellie talking about Warframe, and then all of a sudden I am very curious about it too. Like, what's the big deal? Like that. I would love to collab more, not only on chatting streams like the podcast, but also in other games too. I think that would be a really big change for me in 2025, to finally be able to jump more into collabs. Let's just say that. Reeker says it's a free game with mommy. Oh my, is that the reason why that you're playing Warframe? Is it the mommy aspect that makes you want to play it? Okay, you know what, that's fair. You know, I was that reminds me so much of this news that I heard the other day, that Hooters, the restaurant, is actually filing for bankruptcy very soon. And people were like, why is it happening? You know, people are not going to Hooters anymore. It's not people are not interested anymore. But it's like, but people on Twitter were saying that if they changed their style, if they made it into like Dommy Mommy or Tsundere Tomboy Girlfriend, then yes, it would be successful again. Times have changed, interests have changed. And that also reminds me of that thing in Japan where they have maid cafes, right? Different kinds of maid cafes, idol maid cafes and stuff like that. But there's one that got me interested, where it's the maid cafe but everybody is a tsundere. As soon as you step through the door, they're gonna be like, huh, it's you again, what are you doing here? I'm just serving you your eggs. Don't expect anything out of this, okay? It's just my job to do that. But then at the end of the time when you're gonna be leaving, they're like, please don't go, master. I hope to see you again soon. Very it's an interesting take on it, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's right. It reminds me of it's like Blend S. Yes. Okay, so that sort of thing. You got your smile, sweet sister, and sadistic and stuff like that. Yes. Anyway, you know, you have places that cater to different things, so I guess, you know, you have to learn to adapt to what is in right now. As you can see, chat, I'm not really focusing too much on progressing the game. I'm just here because I want to play something low energy while I can yap. You know, I mentioned it earlier during the podcast, but I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it right now. I wonder if I should just you know, reach out to Ellie and tell her that I want to cancel the podcast because I was like not feeling it, but I'm like, no, you got to do it, Serjay. You got to do it. And I'm thankful that I did. You know, there's a lot of things in my life that I've missed out because, you know, I kept saying, no, I'm not in the mood for it. But, you know, yay, bird. Sometimes you just have to trust the process, and hopefully you'll be able to reach something. And because, you know, sometimes things are only going to change if you make it happen. So whatever you're hesitating on, I hope that you'll be able to I hope that you'll be able to meet that, because it's not easy, yes, to make adjustments like those. Nice. I played a bit of this on the Nintendo Switch, and I didn't go very far. I was like stuck up to here. So hopefully we'll be able to make even more progress today. Because the other day we had a scheduled blackout, a scheduled power outage, excuse me, and I was stuck, and I haven't played my Nintendo Switch for a very long time. Ever since I got my new PC, I haven't touched my Switch on a regular basis anymore. I guess, I don't know, I just got burnt out with the games and such. But now there is a Switch 2 that is coming out, and who knows? Who knows, we might have more reason to play, especially. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my throne. I was actually joking the other time that I don't really know what to put on my throne. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put there that, yes, if you want to support me, support my ever-growing addiction to getting art. One of my love languages is getting more art of my OCs. Any kind of art. So if you do want to support me in my addiction, feel free to go ahead and donate to my throne. I'm still fixing it, by the way, but yes, I would like to try that in the future, because honestly, I don't know if it's something that I'm just not used to, or if it's like part of me growing up, but I've never been too comfy when it comes to asking people for gifts or anything like that. Give me a second. Okay, so in any case, I have a difficulty when it comes to being asked for gifts, because growing up, you know, I'm not sure if it's the same for you, but there's always this hesitation that, and I guess it's also because, you know, I had like a Catholic school upbringing. You know, you have to learn how to focus more on being generous, and you know, focus your energy on those who are less fortunate than you. So if you have more, you have to help those in need and such. And there's always this guilt that I would feel getting gifts for myself. And I remember my late grandmother would be very angry with me, because she would ask, "Oh, Serjay, what do you want? Let me buy you a gift or something." And I'm like, no, don't buy me anything. But she would get angry because she wants to. And growing up, I eventually realized that kind of felt insulting in a way, that you would refuse someone's gift because, you know, those people are giving you something out of their own willingness. Because growing up, or when I was much younger, I used to think that, you know, people would only give me something out of a sense of obligation or something like that, or maybe they were just or they were trying to use it for their own benefit. But then I realized, no, Serjay, that's probably just you projecting. You know, people can choose to be generous just because they want to, you know, because, you know, they love you, they care for you. And it's not because of some, like, a Machiavellian reason, like, yes, I will give you this gift that means that you are now in my debt. I've been watching too many gangster movies growing up, so it's like that. Oh, yes, you scratch my back or scratch yours, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do this favor for me, I'm gonna be in your favor right now. You see, Bonacera, I want you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you tell me that you want to help. Why didn't you go to the police like that? So yeah, in short, what I'm just saying is that people can choose to be generous to you without any ulterior motives. So it's always within everybody's benefit to be accepting of their kindness. And that's why, chat, you really need to start learning how to accept compliments. I've seen some of you, okay? I've seen some of you that never accept compliments. And growing up, I used to be like that too. It's like, nah, it's fine, you know, I don't deserve it. But then I also read too that it was like, it's also kind of like an insult in a way, because if someone is complimenting you on what you do and you don't accept it, it's like you're spitting in the face of their kindness. So yeah, even if you don't believe that it is true at all, you have to accept the compliment. So chat, if someone says you look good or if you did a good job, accept the compliment, please. Yes, it's I know for some of us it can be a challenge to overcome that, especially with, you know, like I said, you grow up with a certain mindset or a certain set of values that have been drilled into you growing up. It's not always easy to be able to change that sort of thing. So I get where some of you may be coming from, why it may be a challenge to do that, but you know, you have to make like your enemy in a gangster movie and ice him. You have to learn how to change. You know, so that's one thing that you can figure out how to change. And I don't think it's a bad thing to want to change and be more open to what others say, because, you know, despite all of the bad things that your mind and your brainworms may be saying to you, chances are the people around you may have a better idea of who you are without even noticing. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't help to let them in and let them say what they wish to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. February is going to be ending in a couple of days, so we're going to be moving on to March. Springtime. Springtime in Serjavia. What's going to be happening, I do not know, so we'll see how that goes. Also, for anybody who, I say this a lot, but if you have a health card, I suggest that you start doing your regular yearly checkups at the very least. You know, we're not getting any younger. Ow. And it helps to be on top of your medical stuff, especially if you have a health card, because, you know, the expenses are free and they will be covered by the health card for the most part. So yeah, why not, right? I came home to some news that I am not exactly in the best of conditions, unfortunately. So yeah, I hope that eventually I'll be able to fix it. I don't think it's anything way too serious, but I hope that I'll be able to make make something out of it that get even better. Like I said, you're not getting any younger, and your body is the only thing that you have. So you might as well start taking care of it now while you're still young and capable. I'm already at that point in my life where it's like, yeah, the decisions that I made in my 20s are beginning to catch up to me now. Yes, but don't wait until you're much older to, advance. You have much less time than you think, actually. Growing up, I've never been a fan of like going to the forest, like going here, because, well, for one thing, I'm not really a big fan of camping in general. Chat, are any of you big fans of camping? I don't know. I guess it's because of the way I was raised, but I was never really a fan of camping, having to stay overnight outside. And even before phones were a big part of my life, having to stay outside with nothing really to do, and then you have to, survive, prepare everything yourself, your shelter, your food, and all of that. I was never really a big fan of that growing up, and until now, I'm not a big fan of it. Which is why, if I were to go on a vacation, I usually prefer just, staying in some kind of, city area. I like traveling more to like cities and stuff like that. I'm not really a fan of like exotic, off the grid places, which is why I'm amazed whenever I see like those videos or documentaries of people that can live off the grid. You know what I mean? That they have not had access to cell phones or any modern, well, not necessarily no modern conveniences, but it's like they can farm, they only need like a cell phone signal just to like go grocery shopping in the nearest town for some weeks, for example, that sort of thing. But aside from that, they're pretty much self-sustaining. They can, ouch, they can they're gonna be the true survivors of the zombie apocalypse. Ouch. Why you should continue? Because there's a smoking hot babe there. Did you forget about the babe already? No, I have not forgotten about the babe, sir. This is the shonen arc. We must continue with the babe. Oh my goodness. But yeah, where was I saying? Ah, yeah. Those are the kinds of people that will survive the zombie apocalypse, if I think about it. They... Not necessarily the people who just have like a bunch of canned goods stored. We need to be able to learn how to be self-sufficient and survive. Yes. Will the zombie apocalypse happen in my lifetime? I certainly hope not. I've already lived through one pandemic in my life, and I don't think any of us ever expected to be part of like a world-changing pandemic in the past few years. So I would like not to have any other things changing my life in my life bingo card, if you please. This is my message to the Al Volcano. The Al Volcano, please do not erupt again. Because bad things happen to the world when you do. If you remember what happened, COVID occurred not long after the Al Volcano erupted. And then a few years ago, and I'm not sure if it was a few years ago or just like a year ago, the Al Volcano erupted again, and people in the Philippines were panicking because it's like, oh no, it's a sign. Something bad is gonna happen again. And I hope not. Knock on wood that it won't. There's a lot of wood around here in the background. You have a lot of wood to knock on. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's something. It's something. Nuts. Okay, let's see. We're not going anywhere, chat. Oh my goodness, I have not moved from anywhere. My goodness. You ever feel like you're stuck in a spot like this? This is me. I don't know how many times bro has already been, you know, jumping like this in full armor, nothing to do, and he's probably like broken every bone in his body, but he keeps going anyway. And that is the true drive, the drive to get the babe. If only we could apply that in other parts of our life. Goodness gracious. You know, that thing that Ellie talked about earlier, about having like multiple phones playing so that you could have more Twitch viewers, this reminds me of that video of that old man that has a bicycle, and attached to that bicycle are dozens of smartphones, and he uses that so he could play Pokemon Go on each of those smartphones. So whenever, and he attaches it to his bicycle so that whenever he goes around his town, he'll just, you know, he'll just go ahead and catch Pokemon along the way. So that's a hilarious thing. It's gonna be, I think next year, it's gonna be like 10 years since Pokemon Go was released. And I do not know what other Pokemon people have been able to capture, if they even released any of the legendaries. I think they may have at some point in the game's life, but I remember there were jokes when the game was first released that if you want to go to Arceus, or if Arceus, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but if you go to the Vatican City, then you can find Arceus, Pokemon God, over there. The only times I remember reinstalling Pokemon Go was when I went to visit other countries, just to see what were their Pokemon, and I didn't really get very far because I was much too busy traveling. And unfortunately, Pokemon Go consumes a lot of data and battery life, so I think I would rather focus on maintaining what's this, you know, I would focus more on trying to get what's this, on trying to capture moments, excuse me, instead of, like, you know, playing Pokemon Go. And then there's even Pokemon Sleep that was released like some time ago. I don't know if anyone else has ever tried it before, you know, just having an app that would track your sleep. If ever it rated you on your sleep, I think I would know that it would just judge me horribly for that, because holy cow, I am a terrible sleeper. You know what they say, if you're a streamer, you need to balance 3 things: your sleep schedule, your job, or your social life. And chances are most of us would sacrifice our sleep. Please don't. As someone who has had sleep issues, please don't. It's not fun, y'all. Especially when you're like me, and then you have to turn up to work, and then you make a mistake of sleeping only 1 hour. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Holy cow, that's just gonna be... It's not gonna be fun for anybody involved. Let me just say that, everybody. I'm amazed whenever I read like articles about people. I think it's mostly in the military, where they learned how to sleep after like maybe like just 5 minutes. You just lie down, and then 5 minutes later you can already hear snoring. It's like, what kind of black magic is this? You know, especially if you're in the night shift business. Holy cow, you have to deal with so much just to be able to get to sleep. You know, you have to worry about the noise of your neighbors around you and such, and then the fact that it's actually daytime, so you also have to deal with the brightness going into your room. That's why I really wish I invested in this before, but what's this? But what should I say? But blackout curtains are a lifesaver. You do not understand how important they are, especially if you work in the night shift. Blackout curtains are going to save your life and your sanity, because that way, when you finally do get to sleep, even if it's in the middle of the day, it gives you that nice dark environment that actually is conducive to sleep. So if you're suffering from the same situation as I am, I suggest, yes, that you go get some blackout curtains. I recommend them. They are a lifesaver. Nuts. Okay. Nuts. Okay, it's a good thing that they put this branch over here. You know, speaking of shift work and all of that. Ouch! Hi, Mika. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. How have you been? It's been a while. Thank you very much for stopping by. I was talking about not only the challenges, but also there were also situations where people were talking about okay, sorry about that. Pretty good, I guess, Mika says. Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm happy to hear. I hope that, we'll be able to do well. We do even better in the future. I'm not doing well when it comes to this game. I was talking to chat about work, and I was like, and then I remember they talked about this before, about what if we switch our working schedules. So instead of like 5 days a week, 8 hours or 9 hours, depending if they give you like an extra hour for like lunch. What if we shift our work schedules from 5 days a week to 4 days a week? But instead, you have to work, I think it's either 10 hours or 12 hours, depending. At some point in my life, I would have thought that was a good thing. But then if I have to work that long every 4 days, even if we have an extra weekend, an extra day for the weekend, I'd probably still be way too tired to actually do anything. It's kind of exhausting already having to work 5 days a week. But if you have to work for more hours on 4 days a week, that's just too much. I guess if people would be allowed to work like 4 hours a day, 4 days a week for the same 8 or 9 hours, that would be great. But, that's not always available. And even then, there are some jobs that, really require 5 days a week to be really optimal. So it's a big change if you really want to change your company's work schedules like that. So we do not know. We will see. We will see. Anyway, that's pretty much where we are right now, and we'll have all those opportunities in the future, and hopefully we'll be able to get even fixed right now. Yeah, you know what? I think I was already a bit low energy earlier, so I think this is going to be it. Yes, I'm just gonna give up. I'm going to go back into my tent and I'm gonna wrap up. I think I need to go ahead and take a break because I'm feeling a bit low energy right now. But again, thank you so much everybody for hanging out. Let's go ahead and wrap up over here. And thank you once again, everybody, for your time. I greatly appreciate you joining me as we were able to have the podcast and play a little bit afterwards as well. Will I play Jump King again? No. That's just something that I wanted to do just to, show off. But I'm definitely not going to make that a regular part of my game rotation. Let's be clear. I'm going to lose my sanity playing that game, and I don't want it. Apologies that it's a very short stream, but I hope that, you were able to enjoy it nonetheless. And I hope that we'll be able to get even more gaming in the future. Rest assured that we will have content that will release on my YouTube channels as well. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channels, I have 3. I have one for my main channel, which is my stream highlights and my best of Serjay compilations. I have the VOD channel. So the VOD channel for this, the VOD, excuse me, for this stream will be published shortly. I'll be stitching together the 2 streams because unfortunately we got cut off in the middle. And the short streams, so eventually I will be publishing shorts from, on the daily from today. So if you want to go ahead and check out my daily shorts, feel free to go ahead and check that one out too. So thank you so much again for that. It's great to be able to have this opportunity to hang out with you all once again. And I hope that you won't be strangers and join me once again in the future. So in the meantime, we'll go ahead and wrap up here, and I hope to see you again in the future for another episode of a Serjay stream. And in the meantime, you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now. Salamat, Svek. Love y'all. Take care.